It's such a fucking roller coaster.
Then the drum.
Your money. A millionaire, I'm a young money millionaire. Your money. Who that said they gon' beat Lil Wayne?
As children, we were told that our world once had heroes. Fairy tales to inspire hope in a world with none. As far back as anyone could remember, mankind had been at war with itself. Orphaned, like so many, I survived by the sword and my wits. Neither of which kept me from being sent to a labor camp. It would have been a death sentence, had I not made a friend. Avil kept me safe, and I kept him sane. And together, we would change the course of history. Avil, did you make it to Delorum?
Yes. I've almost reached the village of Tablis. You were right, Sandra. This place is completely untouched by the invasion.
Have you made contact with the Royal Army?
No. And I'm not exactly getting a warm reception from the locals.
I'm sure they can be seduced by your charms. I was joking, sort of. They may, however, find you more appealing than the jackals about to descend on Tablis.
In moments like this, I actually find myself missing your company, Sandra. How long do I have before the jackals arrive?
Not long. If you don't act quickly, the villagers will be slaughtered. I've teleported escape crystals onto the battlefield. You need only use one of the runestones I gave you to activate them. I'll leave you to it.
Someone help!
The jackals are hunting down civilians. Use your basic attacks to slay them before they slaughter the villagers. Great work. Now charge the crystal to activate the portal and rescue the civilian.
I don't understand what's happening. What are those things? Who are you?
My name is Avil, the last of the Sentinels. I am here to ready your people for war.
I don't know anything about fighting monsters.
There is something you can do for your people. Something that will save thousands of lives.
Tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Take this gemstone, and personally see that your king receives it. And when he does, tell him to speak my name into the stone.
The enemy has started killing civilians! Avil, you must act quickly! Another refugee is safe thanks to you.
Blessed be Delorum! I am saved!
If you're ever lost, you can review your objectives at any time. Some people have climbed onto their rooftops to hide from those monsters. Too bad I'm not much of a climber myself.
If I jump onto the side of the building, I can climb up the wall to reach the top.
These refugees are lucky you showed up in time. Thank goodness someone's come to help me. I climbed up here to try and escape those beasts, but now I can't get down.
You're safe now.
The people of Delorum shall be indebted to you, Avil.
I always believed the legends. Thank you, Sentinel.
Nice job, Avil. Keep up the good work. Avil, congratulations. You're still alive.
Portals are opening as you said they would. I was able to send many of the townspeople to safety.
It isn't enough.
I know. I sent your speaking stone off to the king. We'll see if he, in his royal wisdom, sees fit to make an alliance, or if he is as foolish as those who fell before him.
I know how you feel, but we're out of options. We will need to coordinate with the royal forces to fight the coming hordes, and we're going to need them soon.
The jackals I killed, they were scouts.
Yes, I hope you're ready, because the Ravenii will be attacking soon. Has King Nero made contact yet?
So far, nothing but silence.
Avil, we will need alliances to win this war. The most expedient way to convince the king of our intent is to continue fighting for his people and defending his cities. And when you do speak with the king, may I suggest employing a morsel of diplomacy?
I will think on it, Sandra. Now, tell me of our enemy. What is their location? Last we spoke, they were on course for Petrol.
You've arrived just in time. The Horde has almost reached the city limits. Now go, and show the people of Petrol how a Ravenii dies. Executing Ravenii requires rune energy. Charge your rune energy by killing jackals and rescuing civilians. I could have sworn that one had you beat.
Is this really safe? Thanks, I guess.
You saved the right man. I am a spice trader, the richest in all of Delorum. Anything you want, my friend, I will make it yours.
I need you to simply send a message to your king. I gave him the means to contact me directly. Have him do so immediately. I should rescue the civilians.
Admit it, Avil. You're enjoying yourself out there. Good work, Avil. That civilian is safe now.
What is this tower?
We use the watchtowers to keep an eye out for threats. From the top, you can see far beyond the outskirts of Petrol.
I bet climbing the watchtowers would give me a better vantage point.
Good work, Avil. That civilian is safe now. Look who's early. Avil, get after that Ravenii before he starts destroying the town. I could have sworn that one had you beat.
If it weren't for your noble efforts, I would be dead.
This is only the beginning. If any of us are going to survive what's coming, I need your king to work with me.
I have a contact on the court. I will send urgent word.
I should use my dodge to avoid jackal attacks.
Avil, you remember how this works. Hold your rune strike and aim at the Raveni's armor and limbs. Release rune strike to attack. Don't lose focus, Avil. If you're attacked while channeling a crystal, the portal will begin to dissipate.
God save us all!
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them.
I'll have this thing down in no time.
Great job, Avil. Removing a Ravenni's armor and severing its limbs also charges your rune energy. Once you have enough, you will be able to execute the Ravenni. Now aim your rune strike just below the Ravenni's knee to sever its leg. Now finish this. Climb to the base of the Ravenni's skull. The ogre's neck will glow when you can target it for your rune strike. Now, Avil, execute the Ravenni. Great work, Avil. That's one less Ravenni we have to kill.
It's a drop in the ocean.
When word of your bravery reaches the king, he will be compelled to trust you.
And while we wait for the fool king to gather his courage, the Ravenni marshal their forces.
You are more right than you know. Another horde is approaching, and this one is better armed.
The next town will not be as fortunate as the last. Avil, you've arrived just in time. The first of the Ravenni are already approaching the town. I see you finished deploying the escape crystals as well. I'll slay this monster, and save as many as I can.
Avil, that Ravenni seems to be wearing some kind of heavy armor. Are you sure you can handle it?
You worry about getting your crystals to the surrounding town, Sandra. I'll worry about the Ravenni.
Avil, remember, executing Ravenni requires rune energy. Charge your rune energy by killing jackals and rescuing civilians.
To be bound by large iron locks. I'll try taking those out first. I can use my rune strike on the locks.
Nice work! Keep going! feel your rune energy is fully charged. Avil, you all right? Severing a Raveni's limb will only hinder them momentarily. After a short time, the Ravenii will regenerate its severed limbs. Avil, focus! Your rune strike and aim for the base of the Raveni's neck. Nice work, Avil. These people owe you their lives.
This time, Sandra. But what of the next? And the next? Without the King's aid, we're relegated to a single battlefield, while the Ravenii push forward on multiple fronts.
You're right, Avil. Which is why we must convince him to join us. This war will not be won by swords alone.
This is King Nero, ruler of Dolorum. You have requested an audience?
This is Avil, the last sentinel, and I wish to strike an alliance with your highness.
Was it your sorcery that created this speaking stone?
My ally, Xandra, crafted this instrument, and others from the weapons of our enemies.
If your boons are so great, why do you seek an alliance?
King Nero, I cannot be everywhere. At this moment, I am approaching Multnomah, where a deadly horde approaches.
Multnomah? No, that's too soon. I dispatched a garrison to the city, but they won't arrive in time. If you are as skilled as I have heard, Avil, then please, save as many of my people as you can.
Another refugee is safe thanks to you. Avil. Next time, dodge just before an attack hits you to avoid taking damage.
I need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Ravenii.
Great job. Keep it up. Avil, your rune energy is fully charged. Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them. Avil, you all right?
Use my rune strike on the locks. Use my rune strike on the locks.
Careful, Avil. Find cover to regain your health.
Avil, you must persevere.
Careful, Avil. Find cover to regain your health. Ooh, that one looked like it really hurt. Now, Avil, execute the Ravenii. Your work here isn't done yet. That Ravenii you just executed wasn't the only one on its way to Moltnamar. When you execute a Ravenii, your rune energy will begin to drain. You will need to build it up again in order to execute another Ravenii. It looks like this Ravenii brought along a friend. You'll have to face them both.
build more rune energy.
Great job. Keep it up.
People are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing?
Charged to execute this Ravenii.
Ravenii forces are destroying the city. Avil, you must stop them. Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them.
Time to kill Ravenii.
My people are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing? What are you doing? The Ravenii are destroying my kingdom.
I'll have to charge up my rune energy to take this thing down.
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them. Great job. Keep it up. Hold your rune strike to execute the Ravenii.
You fought bravely, Avil. Thank you. Many of my people owe you their lives.
We are still losing too many.
I agree. Your ally,
Xandra.
she creates your weapons.
The Ravenii use a rare mineral to travel between worlds. Xandra was able to fabricate this talking stone, and our own portals, from similar materials.
I have at my disposal some of the most gifted alchemists, and even they do not understand the properties of this talking stone.
Xandra is brilliant in many ways, yet as skilled as we are, she and I will not be enough to win this war. Will you combine your forces with our own to defeat this enemy, Your Highness?
Initially, I was reluctant to believe your claims. I had always thought the Sentinels to be a myth, a story to put children to bed.
And now?
I believe. The Royal Army has been dispersed to the locations you decided were most vulnerable to attack. But I fear this strategy leaves my forces spread thin.
I need your army to play a defensive role. By alerting me of attacks as they occur, I can engage the enemy while your forces see to the safety of your people. We'll use signals in the watchtowers to guide refugees through the safest escape routes.
Slowing the Horde down while we move people out of their path will minimize casualties, while Xandra attempts to build a portal strong enough for us to escape the Ravenii.
Avil, do you hear that? The alarm has been raised. The Ravenii are attacking on multiple fronts.
Get your people to safety, and I'll fight as many as I can.
Avil, we've gotten several reports of terrifying new jackals in the area. Don't let them harm the civilians. That was a good one. Do another.
Gotta take out these monsters.
Another refugee is safe, thanks to you.
You made quick work of that one, Sentinel. I knew we could count on you.
Squishy little things, aren't they?
Another refugee has been saved, but there are plenty more where they came from. Keep it up, Sentinel.
Could have sworn that one had you beat.
Thanks to your efforts, these people will live to see another day.
Avil, you should rescue the civilians if you can. That was just nasty.
This is madness, Avil. We should be bringing the fight to the Ravenii, not waiting for them to attack us.
Other leaders had that same idea, Your Highness. They saw their armies butchered and their kingdoms reduced to ash. This isn't any war you've fought before, or any enemy you've ever known.
And what will you do to prevent Delorum from suffering a similar fate? Do you believe Xandra can truly build a device capable of ending this war?
I do. If you were to assist Xandra in her work, and give her the resources of your court, we may find that solution sooner.
Very well. I will welcome your ally into my palace, and give her the full resources of my kingdom.
Wonderful. You will soon experience her genius for yourself, and furthermore, I think you will find her to be an entertaining addition to your court.
Is her disposition as taciturn as your own?
Oh no. She's far worse.
I have met with Xandra. She is a talented and spirited individual.
You may come to appreciate her candor.
I will send an expedition to collect the material she requires, but it is not easily obtained.
No, it is not. But you must move quickly. Every day we are losing ground to the Ravenii.
I know, and they are closing in on your location as we speak. Try to stall their advance as much as you can. We'll speak again shortly. come!
Here comes another one.
Avil, you must persevere! Avil, you must persevere! Avil, you must persevere!
I must find cover to regain my health.
Avil, you must persevere! Noble death. Sentinel! Dust yourself off and get back in there! Sentinel! Dust yourself off and get back in there! shall not forget what you've done here today, Sentinel.
The more Ravenii they send, the more Ravenii I shall kill. No challenge at all. I've got to hit the weak points when they are glowing. I must find cover to regain my health.
Avil, you must persevere! Incredible work of you. It seems my trust in you was well-founded.
Another Ravenii has arrived. How long can I keep them at bay?
Noble death.
No challenge at all.
Incredible work of you. It seems my trust in you was well-founded.
I must defend the city from the Ravenii. I'll have this thing down in no time. While Sandra is in your care, I hold you responsible for her safety.
I understand she means much to you.
Her wisdom cuts as sharp as my blade. This war will not be won by force alone. We will need her contributions to survive.
I will guard her with my life.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Your Highness, it pains you to speak my title, doesn't it?
My history with royalty has been solely as a pawn, slave, and quarry.
And for whom did you serve?
It does not matter. Rulers were beheaded and replaced before their bodies were yet cold. Those ever-loyal citizens pledged themselves to their new king with the same breath that they cursed the last, and yet all the while they suffered. I serve none but myself now.